Namaste, viewers, and welcome to this episode of Be Consciously Healthy with Dr. Maria Scanziano-Singh. Thank you, Dr. Maria, for taking time out to help us today with this important question. What is the connection between peace and good health? But before you answer, just a little disclaimer. This is not medical advice. Do consult your doctor before making any changes in prescriptions. But this program is for educative purposes. It's to empower you to take charge of your own health, to feel better, and to have a wonderful, should I say, golden age ahead of you, whatever age you are right now. But we hope that you have a long and peaceful and happy health span, not just a lifespan. So over to you, Dr. Maria.
Thank you, Dr. Macron. Peace is something that we all need in our lives and that we generally don't think about consciously. Now I'm going to have you thinking about peace and where it should be coming from. Our bodies are gifts. We are gifts, every one of us in this universe, and we give our gifts of each self to others. We give and we receive. And if we give good vibes, so to speak, if we give good, feelings and feelings of gratitude, feelings of love and respect for one another and for the world around us, everything, every animal, every creature, everyone, everything we have, all these lovely things that we have that have been created either through magic, the magic of creation, or that we ourselves have put together and made happen to bring unity and real balance to ourselves and to make life livable and comfortable and peaceful. If peace is not there, we're missing a lot. The only way it's going to be there is if, again, we reflect on how we as gifts of this earth are to be taken care of. We have to take care of ourselves. And by caring for ourselves, it means recognizing that we're living, breathing, heart beating, all the other organs moving and in concert. And in that concert, it's a peaceful integration of everything. And it's an integration of everything outside of our own space. So the peace of inside is also that which is outside, and we have to look at it as a peaceful relationship between in and out, rather than looking at life as full of stresses and always, some conflicts and something terrible and something terrible. That's what people focus on. We have to stop. We have to take our focus away from these stressors. We need to look at what is necessary by the body, by our living bodies. They have needs, and the needs for peace and balance and comfort of the body is very, very, very important. It's essential. We can't live without peace. If you're not in peace, you are not living well. You are just becoming ill. You're losing your health. So we need to have peace as part of the health picture that we all want. If you're smiling,
oh yes,
if you're enjoying, you're at peace.
Exactly. And I'm so enjoying this podcast. Thank you. And I hope you are also, viewers, do write in your comments and your questions. But what I'm getting from, the points you made just now, the really important message is that, we always look to something outside ourselves, even to heal or help us. And instead, we have to take charge. We have to take responsibility and, be conscious and also accept. Because oftentimes, we actually neglect ourselves. We don't have a very good opinion of ourselves. We don't think, I wouldn't go to the extent of calling it self loathing, but we certainly don't have, a very high regard for our own well being. And we expect something else from outside to give that to us. But what you've been telling us is that if you are in harmony within, you will also attract those energies instead of empowering and giving strength to the negativities and, in a way, troubling yourself and also being out of sync with everybody around you or even with your surroundings. The important thing is to, say, hey, I have to do something about it myself. I can't go to someone else and expect them to just fix me up when I'm so messed up inside. Am I right? Am I following the drift of what you're trying to say?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're thinking outside is going to bring you all kinds of lovely feelings and so forth, like that, all of the things that are happening in the world, if there's something that attracts you and something that you like, well, definitely you'll gravitate to it and it will gravitate to you. It's just like meeting someone. If you see someone you like, they're looking at you in a certain nice way, and then there's that gravitation to one another. So the chemistry needs to be clicking well. And but if you're again at peace with yourself, those things will come easier. And more naturally, the nice things, the good moments, the little things that give us just great joy. But if we are just in turmoil and we get angry and we're angry at the world and the people who are doing this and that and so forth, we get angry and angry and angry, then we're going to attract our own discord, imbalance, and lack of peace. So we have to be very mindful of our doings and how we can attract things that are not peaceful, not helpful, and disturb our essence of health. If we want to achieve health, we can't let all that darkness and those dark forces in. We can't.
Exactly. So we usually adopt this outside in approach because our senses are also pulling us outward. But we have to take responsibility, find the center of our beings, and then, go inside out. So when we are okay, things around us start looking better. We also likes attract, as we know. In fact, yes, opposites also attract. That's also good. That's also the law of attraction and repulsion. But the point is that the universe will send your way everything you need, to feel better once you start taking the right steps in the right direction. But if you're constantly working against yourself, against your own happiness, against your peace of mind, etc., then you automatically attract those kinds of forces and energies. So, I'm just reminded of what Sri Aurobindo and the mother used to say when it came to health. So they said, look, the human entity has 5 levels. You don't have to take it literally. It's not some kind of dogma, but it's a way to understand ourselves better. So there is the physical, our own body. And then they had what they call the vital, which is the whole, emotional makeup, all the thoughts and feelings. Many times you observe that you wake up in the morning and you have, a memory or something triggers a chain of thoughts which are negative, and you start feeling so bad. So you see, so the vital is also important. And then beyond the vital, the mental, we are creatures of the mind. We're constantly processing. In fact, we over process, right? And I'll just mention these 2 other levels. Then the psychic, which is much deeper, which goes, some people talk about other lives, etc. We don't want to go there immediately. But there's a psychic element in us which is beyond what we may think, or understand mentally, because there's so many forces. And the sensitive people, they're going to pick it up. They even hear what the birds are saying, what the animals are saying. The ancient people of the world, Native Americans, shamans, they were in touch with these forces, the psychic, and then the spiritual. which is really the integrative, because that's what gives you the perspective where you find all these levels not working against each other, but actually, working for a greater good, for the harmony. So please, your comments on this, and then, viewers will try to close this episode, but I will give you a teaser for the next one. But after we hear what Maria G has to say.
Yeah, so there really is so much to our being that most people are not thinking of. We're not consciously aware of what Professor Makran is saying. This element, this vital element, these things are just going to come out, and we have to really reflect, take time to reflect on who we are, what we're capable of. We are basically capable of just about anything, and our emotions can take us into all different directions. And the question is, do you really want to go into some of these directions? And it's where you, as an individual, have to, have to see yourself and make a choice. Do I want to be there? Do I want to be feeling this way? Do I want to be miserable? Do I want to be, always negative? Do I want to be happy? Do I want to enjoy what I have? How can I promote the health of this entity that I am? How can I make it better? Who can I turn to? That's why we're here. We're here for each other. We're here to help each other. That's what this is all about. We're here to help guide. If I have the skill or the knowledge on something, Dr. Makran himself, we are here to share it through writing and through speaking and through action, engaging with you. It's important to recognize what you really want. What is your intention? You have the intention. Go for it. If you want to be the best you can be, and you want health and wellness, which is really one and the same, you have to then look at what is needed. What is needed to do that? Stop doing things that you're basically knowing are not good for you. Why are you taking that beverage that may have some very nasty ingredients in it? Why are you eating that food that probably is going to do you in? You won't feel good later on. Why are you angry with this one or that one? Can you dispel your anger? Teaching people how to dispel their anger is something that we do in my world. How to take yourself to another dimension within yourself, just to be able to sort your life out. It's important to sort basic things out, and then if it gets more complicated, there's help to be rendered on that. So yeah, we're here to help really dispel a lot of the fear and the anxiety, the stressors. And it's important to, again, always look at yourself as someone special. You are special, always.
Thank you. That is such an uplifting message. So, viewers, tell us the things that concern you, the kind of help you need. As I already mentioned, Dr. Maria is a board certified internist, and she is a founder of the Access Healthcare Physicians, but she's also board certified integral medicine practitioner, and therefore brings a unique perspective to this whole concern with living well and aging gracefully and being aware, being conscious. So please write to us, tell us the things that you want help on. But as a little teaser for our next episode, which we hope to record next Wednesday, maybe we'll talk about stress, because whenever I mention peace or some meditative calm or even words like harmony to my friends or even members of the family, when I see them upset or anxious, even if I say calm down, they always hit back by saying, oh, it's all very well for you to say all of this, but look at my life, it's so full of stress. I have this to do and that to do, and I have this deadline, and I have to meet these expectations from this lot and my family. So, we are full of reasons to be stressed out. Now, next week, I hope we'll give you a few reasons and also a few ways to relax, be happy, and take it, one breath at a time. So, with these words, thank you very much, Dr. Maria, for sparing the time. And viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and do join us again. Namaste.
Thank you.